JoJo in the Morning family, I hope you are having an absolute amazing day. It is a beautiful day in Texas. Hey, see this picture in this video right here? I have no lights on. This is natural lighting. It is a beautiful day looking outside. Now you walk outside, y'all. It's so hot out there, you can preach salvation real easy, okay? It's like it's gonna be like I think 106 today. Okay. So I want to talk about something that I absolutely love talking about, and it will transform your life if you can grab a hold of this. And I want to talk to you about the powerful word consistency. Say it with me. Consistency. Woo! Just let it ring through your spirit and your soul. Consistency. The number one reason people fail in life is the lack of consistency. Okay? Y'all know my life scripture, Mark 1:35. Jesus got up early in the morning and went to a solitary place where he prayed. If it's good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for JoJo. JoJo gets up early in the morning and goes to a solitary place where he prays every single day. And I've been doing it for 29 years. People say, what's the key to your success? Early morning prayer. That early morning prayer, 29 years of consistency. You know, if you go and get you a good job and you retire from that, they will reward you with like a mutual fund, stocks, retirement package, pension, because of your consistency over 20, 25, 30, 35 years, whatever it may be. You know, just growing a strong marriage is, you know, you and your spouse just loving one another for years, being faithful, sowing into one another, blessing one another, being there for one another. You know, the reason I got this little silver play button with YouTube is because daily I've done videos for quite a few years, and I've done what the Lord spoke to me about. And so the thing about anything in life is consistency. Hey, if you consistently make your car payment, they're going to let you keep that car. You know, I see people who have new friends all the time. They are not consistently being a good friend. Okay? You got to understand that consistency is so good. You know, my wife and I were health coaches with Optavia, and we'll have somebody say, oh, I want to lose 70 pounds, and they get on our program, and they do so good for the first 2 weeks, and then the first month, and they're doing so good. They're saying, oh, I haven't felt this good in 20 years, and then 6 weeks in, they're feeling great, and then they kind of lose consistency. You see somebody rededicate their life for the 14th time, and then they come in and they're sitting at the front. They got their hands up. They got their praise break. And then a month later, they're on the 3rd row. 2 months later, they're on that 7th row. 3 months later, they're there every other week, and they out. Listen, consistency. Let me give you some word. Y'all need some word, okay? Oh, I got some new glasses. I'm going to read with the new glasses. Ooh, these glasses work real good. 1 Corinthians 15:58. So now, beloved ones, stand firm, stable, and enduring. Live your lives with an unshakable confidence. Let's read that one more time because it made me feel so good. So now, beloved ones, stand firm. That's pretty consistent when you're standing firm. Stable and enduring, live your lives with an unshakable confidence. We know that we prosper and excel in every season by serving the Lord in every season, because we're consistent. Because we are assured that our union with the Lord makes our labor productive with fruit that endures. When your relationship with the Lord is strong, your fruit will endure, and you will have a harvest lifetime, not a harvest season, a harvest lifetime. Let me explain that. The Bible talks about seed time harvest. You understand that, right? Right, because y'all are smart people because y'all watch Joe Joe in the morning. But the thing about it is the way the Spirit works, it's not like natural. It's not like you plant early in the spring and then the rain comes and then it's harvest season. Then you let the ground have a little bit of time of recovery and then you get winter, then you till it up again. It's not like that. This is what I tell people. Some people say, how do you walk in financial blessing? It's always seed time, baby. It's always seed time. Therefore, it's always harvest time. Somebody asked me, how can I change my finances? I said, start tithing and giving offerings, okay? Everybody has a different opinion. I'm just going to tell you, a tithe is 10%. Let's say you give 10% to your local church. This is what we do. 10% to our local church, then offerings. I think we give to it's like 5 or 6 ministries every month. We have designated offerings. We give to them, and then we have extra. But if we're always doing tithes and offering every month, it's just constantly there. So I'm planting my seed here, getting my harvest here. But if I give my seed up to here and keep going, I'm always in harvest season. Correct? Y'all got me? Okay. Now, I'm going to put my old glasses on to see how they work. I don't think I like them as much as my new ones. Galatians 6:9, and don't allow yourself to be weary in planting good seeds. Don't allow yourself to be weary in planting good seeds. If you get weary in planting good seeds and you don't plant, you are not consistent. For the season of reaping, the wonderful harvest you've planted is coming. It's coming. It's not like it may come. No, it's coming. If you don't stop planting. Luke 16:13, it is impossible for a person to serve 2 masters at the same time. You will be forced to love one and reject the other. One master will be despised and the other will have your loyal devotion. Let me tell you this. Do you serve consistency or not consistency? If you serve not consistency, you're going to be all over the place. I read some of the Word of God every single day. I had somebody tell me recently, he said, dude, how do you know so much of the Word? I'm like, I just read it every day. How do you have so much faith? I pray for people every day. Knowing the Word and having extreme faith is not like a super talent. My wife always says this. Your life is a direct reflection of what you do daily. Your life is a direct reflection of what you do daily. You see a guy walking down the street and they wearing a shirt that's 2 sizes too small, but they got these big old arms. They in the gym, okay? You see somebody who's very wealthy. I bet there was a season of their life where they were grinding and stayed consistent. You see, I remember one time there was this gentleman I used to go to church with. I was in my young 20s. This guy knew the Word. It was unbelievable. See, back in those days, they didn't have the internet, Facebook and YouTube and all this stuff. And people, they didn't watch the news. If they did, it was a 30-minute show. But they just read the Word. This one guy said, man, I just read the Word, Joe, hour and a half a day. He was older, he was retired. He said, I just read the Word. I just get in and just read and read and read and study. He always had these notebooks where he would just study and write. Not to preach, just to know the Word. He was consistent in the Word, therefore he knew the word. I remember one time I married this little couple, and about 2 weeks in, I saw him. I said, "Hey man, how's marriage going?" He's all, "I love being married, man. I love my wife, and we married, and got our little starter house, and we're starting." He said, "Man, there's one thing." He said, "Man, she don't cook that good." And he said, "Boy, I sure love her." And I said, "I tell you what, you get her around a few of these older ladies in the church that sure enough know how to cook, and that she'll learn." And I said, have her. I told her kind of who to talk to, in a nice way, And she was real sweet. She just said, my mom didn't cook a lot. No one ever really showed me how to cook, so she learned how to cook. But she would consistently be with some of these older ladies who've been cooking for years. Okay? Everything is consistency. And you can look at somebody else's life spiritually, physically, financially. Like that little girl, she said, no one ever really told me to cook. She kind of came from a little bit of a broken life, and my gosh, she's doing phenomenal now. But she leaned into somebody who was consistent in something and learned. I remember we got this guy in one of our ministries just radically saved off of drug addiction. And he said, "All right, I don't know anything about this God fellow. I don't know anything about that Jesus dude. I don't know anything about that book they wrote." I said, "Okay." And he said, "I'm just going to come hang out with you." I said, "Okay." We hung out once, twice a week. He never missed a service, prayer meeting. We come to prayer meeting. He said, "Hey man, what do I do in prayer?" I said, "Oh, you just start talking to God okay. Read the word. If you come to prayer for an hour, read the word 15, 20 minutes, pray for about 40. And he was so consistent. Within 6 months, this dude is a leader. He knew the word. He could pray. He could preach. He just got in. And then there's folks who's been in our ministry 3-4 years. They weren't doing anything. They've never been consistent. See these awards in our health coaching business with OptiVid? Do you know why we get these awards? Because I'm consistent in my health, in helping clients, and helping people. When we wrote these books, those are our books we wrote. Sometimes you get writer's block. Sometimes you get... But you just keep doing it. You keep going. Consistency. And you may have to do something like... One thing that I've always done is I try to find out habits that I may have that don't serve my future. And every time God has you stepping into something new, you got to re-examine your life and do some different things. So if you follow me for years, I'm going to talk about a lot of the same stuff over and over and over. And it has made me who I am today. Daily prayer. I outwork almost anybody you know. I like working. And consistency. I am as consistent as the day is long. Now, when it comes to work, my dad told me one time, he said, "Son, you have a good work ethic." I grew up on a farm. And he said, "But do what you love. Therefore, when you work long hours, you don't regret it." Do what is in your heart. This video can change your life. You do what's in your heart. I remember one time I was doing something and we were doing well financially off of it. And somebody said, "Man, do you do this for the finances?" And I said, "Man, I'd do it if I was doing it for free." My dad told me one time, he said, "What if you did everything that you did? You do it for free, but they paid you for it. If you get good enough at whatever you do, they'll pay you for it." So like almost everything that I do in my life, I would do it if I wasn't getting paid for it. Because I love it. I love people. I love helping people. So, there you go. Joe Joe in the morning. And hey, after this, I always get messages about mentoring and different things and about the help program. Just email me. Go to joejoedawson.net, message me, or you can message me on Facebook. But make sure it's my real page. There's a lot of scammers out there. Hey, I ain't going to ask you for money. I ain't going to ask you to go to WhatsApp. That's trash. That's scammers. Make sure it's the real me. Okay. And so don't sow into anybody that says they're me asking for money. I ain't going to ask for no money. If you want to sow, I appreciate it. And I appreciate our partners. You know, we do have Cash App. We have PayPal. And on our website, there's a link. You know, I thank y'all. Okay. Hope this helped. Love you guys.